You're listening to Heritage Radio Network.
Hello, welcome to Last Call. Scott here with Caroline and Erica. And today we are discussing AI. I recently read a blog post in a blog called Modern Chaos. The title of the post was A is for Augmentation, Not Automation. It was by Olivier Legris. And basically, he points out that he says, quote, we're going from creators to curators. The evolution with AI is clear. We're becoming less creators and more curators and editors. The greatest productivity gains come not from AI working for us, but from us working with AI and collaborative partnership. And this got me thinking that, aren't so many people in the beverage industry curators of sorts, whether you be a sommelier or a beverage director or a portfolio director at a distributor. So I wanted to get your all thoughts and see what you were thinking.
I completely agree that sommeliers and people working in hospitality and the drinks industry are so much curators. And in a world where there's so much amazing wine, one must be a curator for their particular community that they are serving. I work with so many people in the restaurant business as a sales rep. And the people who have the most success are the ones who are master curators, right? But I started thinking about how I've started to use AI in the ways that I can in my everyday as a wine sales rep. And we've actually been using a very cool tool that utilizes AI to create text sheets and sales sheets faster to give our sales reps a better opportunity at having more time to engage with the customer rather than creating sales materials. The thing with that is it does require that essential like 5 to 10% of editing. Make sure, first of all, these text sheets are accurate the way that the information has been pulled from a website or another place, but also how you're delivering that information to a buyer. Like I do see myself as a curator of information of the wines that I sell to each buyer and make, obviously one size won't fit all there. I can't come to every single buyer with the same exact information, even if it's about the same set of wines. I think there's so much nuance to matching their mood and reading the room and the context of the business that they're working in and their history. So there's so much that can't be fed into the AI sales materials that I don't fear that my job is going to be stolen by AI. But yeah, what do you think, Erica?
And I think different types of jobs are going to be impacted more or less. So just this morning, I was reading an article in the Times that was talking about the indicators that we should be looking at for the potential forthcoming impact of AI. And one of them is college graduate job placement rates. So for like new grads. And that's being looked at as sort of a harbinger of how AI will potentially impact the overall job market. And what they're seeing in talking with hiring firms, especially at like white collar jobs like bankers, lawyers, that sort of thing, is that now with AI, these job places can do the same amount of work with a fraction of the humans. So they were giving an example of a particular law firm that in the past would have hired 20 new grads as paralegals. But this year, they're hiring 5 new grads and training them up because they've learned over the past year and a half that AI can do the same amount of work as the 15 other paralegals, right? So, how will this impact wine and spirits and the drinks market overall? Well, I think there will be opportunities. So, for example, thinking about your role, Caroline, of like working with buyers at particular establishments, maybe there's AI opportunities there to understand in the past 12 months, this buyer was interested in X, Y, and Z products, and like now there's some sort of recommendation of other things that they may be trying to fill based on, I don't know, maybe their menu has been uploaded. Who knows? There's all of these analysis opportunities. But I think where we don't need to be as concerned is with, the boots on the street. I think all of those partnerships and, IRL interactions are just as important as they ever have been. And it's all too easy when you don't have real people, in front of their customers to just like overlook an email communication or a text or what have you. So I think that we will see certainly in hospitality roles, in sales roles, in a lot of roles where you currently need to have a relationship in order to move product or do business, that those things will continue, but there will be optimizations. And unfortunately, some parts of the business, not just in drinks, but everywhere, such as in the legal side of the business, in logistics, in marketing, a lot of these things will be automated. So certainly you'll need those few curators, but is that 75% fewer humans? Who knows?
It very well might be, but I, for one, am excited to see what a fuller embrace of AI and technology in the drinks business could look like. That is all we have time for. So thanks again for joining us on the Business of Drinks. Please follow us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts. Tap the notification button and you'll be the first to know when a new episode drops. Rate us in the star ratings if you enjoy listening, and please share us on social. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, you can message us on Instagram, LinkedIn, or in our email at podcast@businessofdrinks.com. Talk to you soon.